Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another strength building session. You can check out other strength building sessions in this playlist up here. These videos are segmented into either strength building or muscle building. So if you're brand new to Olympic weightlifting, I recommend jumping on either a 6 to 8 week cycle of either one. It doesn't really matter where you start. The most important part is you cycle off one and into the other one. The videos are segmented into days of the week, so you can pretty much start off wherever you want and have fun with it, man. I'll see you guys in the video. Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna work on snatches as usual since it is Monday. For today's workout, we got some power snatches and then going into the hang snatch and then an overhead squats. Okay, so this complex specifically, I'm sticking with around 80%. So my 80% snatch is around 170 pounds. Every week I'm adding 5 pounds. So hopefully by the end of 10 weeks, I'm able to improve my snatch by around 25 to 30 pounds. For those last couple weeks, I'm not gonna be adding in 5 pounds. It's gonna be every other week. So when I get to around week 4 or 5 or so, I'm only gonna be adding another 5 pounds to complexes like this every other week. After that, we got the snatches, and then we're gonna wrap it up with some snatch grip deficit jumps. I'll show you guys what that looks like here in a sec. Lately, I've been really trying to focus on sticking with a weight that I can actually learn. I'm gonna stick to my 80%, which is kind of difficult because I have really high expectations of myself when it comes to weightlifting, and I just really have to continue to drive home in the fact that I really need to hit up these light weights in order to get to the really heavy weights. The thing about cleaning up my snatch technique is the fact that I can snatch around 235, 245, but that's with a CrossFit form. CrossFit form is when you do the stripper pole deadlift, and then at the very end you try and bring the bar back in at the last second, and then you try and basically align everything up at that very last jump. That's basically how I snatch 245, and that's the limit of my ability to be able to snatch. It's because the bar's out of position during pretty much the whole first part of the pull, and then I'm trying to put it back into the correct position at the very last second. I'm just losing a lot of power. So with that being said, I had to revamp and kind of do some spring cleaning on my snatch technique as a whole, which, as you can guess, brought my ability to snatch 245 down considerably to about 215 using the new technique. And so when I say I am trying to be more humble, or I'm trying to be less egotistical when it comes to snatching, it has nothing to do with the videos that I'm posting here on YouTube, but it has everything to do with just myself internally. I can care less what anyone thinks about what I'm lifting on Instagram or on social media or here on YouTube. I significantly care about what I'm able to lift personally, just on an internal level. So this workout should go pretty good for today. Reminder, this is not me showing you how to do the Olympic lifts. This is either me sharing with you what I learned from today's session, and as well it provides me some personal insights into things that I need to improve on. Likewise, if you have any constructive criticism on any of the lifts that you guys see in any of these videos, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. But let's get to it. Okay, so the warm-up, obviously we're starting out with just the bar here. I'm focusing on slowing down when it comes to especially warming up with just the bar, because it's kind of priming my senses in general, so that when I start adding on the weight, I'm in the proper mindset when it comes to timing and syncing throughout the various portions of the movement. So I said for this complex, we are, working up our way from 95 to 115. This 115 felt pretty good. I was thinking about just jumping up from 95 to 135, but I think my wrists were kind of feeling sore. So I kind of wanted to do a smaller jump.
Taking the cash to deposit, all of that talking is polished. Straight out the gate they sing praise, but I'm unapproachable, saving. Can't tell me shit I've been on with, losing my grip and I'm slipping. We still alive but ain't living, anxiety fall through to cripple me, your cause.
So the 135, I'm focusing on my hips fully opening up at the top, getting a nice eccentric or a negative overhead squat coming on the way down, just
working on total control throughout the entire movement, pausing and feeling what the bar feels like on that hip prior to the jump or the explosion up into the third pull.
How you finna fix the issue God don't even see? You can miss me with them empty gestures. I do more to get by without it. I'm a living legend. You say you was try to die. I'ma need you by my side. I've been living on the edge, just trying to get it together. Tell me, can you hold me down? Tell me, can you?
It took me a while to get the mechanics of this complex dialed in, but eventually I started getting used to it. So we got the power snatch going into the hang full snatch with an overhead squat. It's a pretty good complex. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not like in love with it or anything. I don't think I'll be doing this again. I might. Just gotta look back on the footage and just kind of feel it out. Ask myself on the back end, do I really think that it was advantageous for my snatch as a whole, coming from a technical standpoint? But overall, I think it was a pretty good complex.
The way I should be. I need you to hold me down. I wanna drown in what we could be. I could be your safe space. You tug on my emotions while I'm giving you that grade A. Before we go another round, here come a fight. You rather melee. I could be your only fan. Help me compose a new plan. I'm out of rope. Girl, I'm so sick of sleeping on each other. I found the pieces to my puzzle. One of these. I bet our story be the best thing a nigga ever published.
All right, I don't mind that. For my snatch, I ended up dropping it down, man, for the powers and the hangs and the overhead. I ended up dropping it down to 135. The 170 was a little the 170 was a little ambitious. And so I feel really good though with these. The complex was just a little bit more strenuous than I thought that it would be, which is fine. The snatch, I ended up doing 10. And I graded myself on each one of those 10. So basically, if I caught it in pretty much what I would consider to be a perfect position, I would just stabilize and stand. However, if I caught it in a position where I was far enough out of position to where I had to do such a major adjustment to fix it or to stand up, or I just completely missed it, I would get basically a failing grade, right? So the purple marks here are depicted by the fails and the greens are depicted by the successes. I think I did pretty good. 7 out of 10 were successful snatches. I did the first 7 reps at 165, and then I did the last 3 at 170. So I just added an extra 5 pounds here on the end. Next week I'll be adding, I'll start off at 170 and then increase those last 3 by up to 175. So that's how that's gonna go. These I'm gonna do later on tonight. So I'll see you guys for the deficit jumps.
All right, so just working through these snatches here. This is 4 of 6. My focus for these snatches is the start position. As you can tell, I'm kind of hanging out in that start position for an extended period of time. I'm really trying to load my quads, load my hips, load my hamstrings, and then really start working on that bar velocity coming up past the knee, coming into the hip.
Welcome to session 2, Monday snatches. I'm going to be completing the second part of the workout that I showed you guys earlier, which consists of some deficit snatch pulls. The deficit snatch pull, I really don't have anything specific in terms of like rep schemes or anything. I just want to do triples, and that's honestly kind of the joy of working out in this sort of format where I just say, hey, today I'm doing snatches, and all I want to do is make sure I do get some snatches, maybe a complex in, and then I do some sort of a pulling motion on the second part of the Monday workout,
It's really fun to not be handcuffed to a specific rep scheme. All I have to do is know that I'm doing triples. I really don't have to worry about how many of these triples I'm gonna be doing. I just know I'm gonna be doing them until I basically can't do them anymore. The lateral raises, I just wanted to add in another sort of accessory work to go along with the deficit snatch pull for this second workout. So we'll see how that goes. Snatch pulls felt great, especially on the lower back. You can really feel the tension when you do these deficit snatch pulls on the lower back. So you kind of get that sense that it's really stressing out that lower thoracic area. As you can see, I was only pulling 275, 315. And even when I got up into the 315 realm, I took away the deficit element of it just because the load was really heavy, and just kind of transitioned over into just the traditional snatch pull. Once again, kind of working on that pausing in the starting position, loading up my entire posterior chain prior to pulling, and really try to carry out some aggression in that first pull, leading up into the hips and the jump. Obviously, you can see that I'm using straps. I'm trying to limit any of the weakening determining factors throughout any of these lifts. I do recommend using straps. It helps you kind of focus on the lift, and it allows you to get more volume in. Wrapped it up with that. Didn't have any time to do lateral raises, but thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video.